Okay, today we'll be moving towards to world history, chapter number 7, that is World War II. Okay, in this chapter, we will be discussing about the factors which really leads to the war. Okay, the aggressive policy of Germany, Italy, and Japan, and we'll do about the Anglo-French appeasement policy. Okay, let us move towards to the World War II, the Second World War. See, as you know very well, the First World War ended. Okay, it was a great devastating war, First World War. After the end of the First World War, one organization was been formed, which was known as the League of Nations. Okay. Now, actually, what was the main aim for the forming of League of Nations? The main aim for the formation of League of Nations was to end the war once for all. Is that clear? Because the world saw a great devastating war. Okay, many people were being killed, wounded, many became homeless. Okay, got it? Property were being damaged. So now the people were not ready for the another great devastating war. So after the end of the First World War, an organization was been formed which was called the League of Nations. The main of League of Nations was to maintain the international peace or to end the war once for all. Is it clear? But the United States of America refused to join the League. The most powerful country, that is USA, United States of America, they completely refused to join the League. In 1925, the Locarno Pact, okay, 1925, please understand, Locarno, L-A-C-A-R-N-O. This pact was been signed in 1925. In 1925, one pact was been signed which is known as the Locarno Pact. Let's see who signed this pact. Great Britain, France, Belgium, Germany, and Italy. Okay, these were the countries who signed this Locarno Pact in the year 1925. Okay, the pact was been signed by Great Britain, France, Belgium, Germany, and Italy. By this pact, let's see what was the main aim or terms and conditions of this pact called Locarno Pact. According to this pact, Germany accepted as permanent her frontiers as defined by the Treaty of Versailles. Okay, according to this pact, Germany accepted permanent her frontiers, the frontiers of Germany decided by or defined by Treaty of Versailles. This was one of the most important treaty which was been signed to end the First World War. Okay, see, try to understand, okay. The Locarno Pact, I told you, USA did refuse to join the League of Nations. So finally, one pact was been signed, which is called the Locarno Pact. It was signed in the year 1925, signed by Great Britain, France, Belgium, Germany, and Italy. According to this pact, Germany completely accepted the permanent her frontiers as defined by the Treaty of Versailles. Whatever the decision, whatever the treaty were being decided or defined by Treaty of Versailles, Germany accepted. Germany now became a member of League of Nations in 1926 with a permanent seat on its council. Okay, so finally, after the acceptation, okay, in the Locarno Pact, it was done in the year 1925. In the year 1926, Germany also became the member of League of Nations. It was in 1926. Please keep this date in your mind. It was in the year 1926. Germany became the permanent members of the League of Nations. Is it clear? The main aim of Hitler was to make Germany a great power again. See, now, there we come to the main point. Hope you have heard this great leader of Germany named as Hitler. Okay, let us try to understand what was the main aim of Hitler. Main aim of Hitler. What was his aim? What was the aim of Hitler? To make Germany a great power again. Hitler wanted his main intention, okay, his main ambition was to make Germany again one of the most powerful country in the world. Now, to make Germany a great power. Let's see, how could he achieve this aim? How did he achieve this aim? Okay, main aim of Hitler was to make Germany a great power again. Now, how he wanted to achieve this? He wanted to achieve by what policy? Aggressive foreign policy. Try to understand. Try to understand. Main aim of Hitler was to make Germany once again a powerful country in the world. How he could achieve this? He wanted to achieve this by aggressive foreign policy. Let's see what was the main object of Hitler. Number one, destroy the hated vassal settlements. Let's see what was the what was the thing which made Hitler great disappointed? Treaty of Versailles. See, obviously, according to the Treaty of Versailles, Germany has been highly humiliated. You know very well. According to Treaty of Versailles, Germany was being highly humiliated. Germany was being found as the responsible for outbreak of the First World War. Though other countries also participated, the other countries were also equally responsible for the outbreak of the war, but according to Treaty of Versailles, Germany was being highly humiliated. Germany, as you know, some of the areas of Germany was being demilitarized. Okay, the army was being reduced, the weapons were being reduced, airplanes were being reduced. So not only that, Germany had to pay a plenty, huge amount of money. Is it clear? So this Treaty of Versailles was being greatly hated by Hitler. So let's see how he could achieve to make Germany a great power by aggressive foreign policy. The main object of Hitler, try to understand. Number one, he wanted to, the first and the foremost thing, he wanted to destroy the hated vassal settlement. Whatever the settlement was being made according to Treaty of Versailles, he wanted to completely destroy the settlement. Second object of Hitler was to build the army, to make the army more stronger. Is it clear? Got it? To reconstruct the army. Next, to recover the territories such as Saar and the Polish corridor. See, these were some of the territories which were within Germany before the First World War. But when Germany was being defeated in the First World War, these territories like Saar region and the Polish corridor. Polish corridor means the path or some corridor, small corridor near Poland, that has been taken away from Germany. So Hitler wanted to recover those lost territories. Bring all Germans inside the Reich. All the Germans, to recollect Germans, to make Germans as a united and to bring one particular area, which means a very R-E-I-C-H, a great region, a great area. Now that he wanted to make a big empire, okay? He wanted to make a big empire. How? This would involve annexation of Austria. See, he will annex Austria. He will take all the territories of Czechoslovakia and Poland. Both of these had large German minorities as a result of the peace settlement. See, both this Austria and Czechoslovakia and Poland. Czechoslovakia and Poland, both this area had a large German minorities who were living out there just as a result of peace settlement. Is it clear? So he wanted to bring all Germans in one arena. Is it clear? In one place. Okay. Hope so you understood the main object of Hitler: destroy the vassal settlement, reconstruct the army, recover all the lost territories, etc. Okay, now let us move towards the boycott of disarmament conference 1932. Now Hitler started taking an initiative. First, what he did, he boycotted the disarmament conference. Now disarmament means not to store more weapons. Is it clear? Not to manufacture more weapons. Disarmament. Okay. See, from the very beginning only, Hitler did not have any faith in League of Nations. Though I told you in the year 1926, Germany became the member of League of Nations, but Hitler from the very initial stage only, from the very beginning only, Hitler did not have any trust, any faith on the League of Nations. So he started to arm Germany as soon as he captured power. The moment he came to the power, see, the moment Hitler came to the power, he started manufacturing, he started storing more arms and ammunitions. He considered Germany's membership of the League as the chief obstacle to his desired foreign policy. One thing, what he observed or what he understood, the main obstacle for him, because his desire was an aggressive foreign policy, the main obstacle, the thing which will stop Hitler, okay, to achieve his foreign policy was the member of League. Because as you become the member of League of Nations, whatever the League of Nations has stated, you have to follow that. The rules and regulations you have to follow, because League of Nations has been established to end war, is it clear, to maintain the international peace. But Hitler does not want that. Hitler wanted to make Germany again a great power. So he had to take Germany away from League of Nations. So finally in 1932, the World Disarmament Conference was held at Geneva. See, in the year 1932, all the countries of the world was being attended at the place called Geneva to attend the conference or a meeting which was on the topic called World Disarmament. That means now each and every country should minimize the production or manufacture of weapons, or to minimize the storing of weapons, arms and ammunition. This conference was being attended. The representatives of 61 states, including Germany, attended the conference. See, 61 states attended the conference. Even Germany also attended this conference. The conference, which was called as World Disarmament Conference, held in 1932 at a place called Geneva. Germany also withdrew from the Disarmament Conference and the League of Nations on October 1933. Very soon, because the main obstacle for Hitler's desired foreign policy was the membership of League. So very soon in the year 1933, he withdrew from Disarmament Conference. He said that I will not stay in this Disarmament Conference, and not only that, he even also withdrew Germany from as a member of the League of Nations on October 1933 on the ground that France did not agree to have equality of armaments with Germany. See, that was only the reason why Hitler wanted, or let's say why Germany withdrew from Disarmament Conference, the League of Nations, as well as the League of Nations on October 1933, because Germany said that the France is not agreeing to have equality of armaments with Germany. Whatever arms Germany will be having, the same amount of weapons or arms and ammunition, France should also have that. But France did not agree. On that ground, Germany completely withdrew from the Disarmament Conference as well as from the League of Nations. Henceforth, Hitler started to ignore those clauses of Treaty of Versailles which restricted her arms strength. So finally, Hitler also started ignoring all the clauses, all the terms and conditions which was there in the Treaty of Versailles, because that clauses of the Treaty of Versailles was having a great restriction on Germany's arm strength. So very soon Hitler started ignoring all type of clauses which was there in the Treaty of Versailles. German Polish Pact of 1934, Poland. Okay, let's see. Next, Hitler signed a 10-year non-aggression pact with Poland in January 1934. See. Next pact. Now, as you know very well, my dear children, Germany started the aggressive policy, foreign aggressive policy, start taking an initiative, withdrew from the arms conference, disarmament conference. Germany withdrew herself even from League of Nations. Okay, so League of Nations was giving a great restrictions on the arms strength of Germany. Not only that, Hitler even started ignoring all the clauses which was there in the Treaty of Versailles, all the terms and conditions which was there in the Treaty of Versailles. That conditions were also being ignored. Finally, let us move towards to German-Polish Pact of 1934. Okay. So Hitler, next step of Hitler it was that Hitler signed 10 years non-aggression pact with whom? With Poland. When in January 1934. So 10 years agreement was been signed with Poland. That means for 10 years, Hitler, or let's say Germany, will not take any aggressive action over Poland. So this agreement, this pact was been signed in the year 1934. Some of the German territories like Danzig, Posen, Silesia, and others were handed over to Poland by Treaty of Versailles. According to Treaty of Versailles, try to understand. See here the game which has been played by Hitler. Try to understand. According to Treaty of Versailles, some of the territories which were of Germany, Danzig, Posen, Silesia, or this were all, it was been handed over to Poland according to Treaty of Versailles. Now Hitler signed one pact, 10-year agreement with Poland, stating that non-aggressive pact. Okay, no aggressive actions will be taken against Poland. Hitler, on the other hand, wanted to include all Germans in a greater German state, so which I've told you. Hitler wanted to make a greater German state. He wanted to include all the Germans in that greater German state. Naturally, Hitler's rise to power caused alarm in Poland. See, slowly and slowly, when Hitler started rising up into power, when Hitler started gaining more and more power, now this was a great danger to Poland. As you know very well, it was in the year 1934, January 1934, Hitler was the one to sign a 10-year non-aggression pact with Poland. And in the other hand side, Hitler also wanted to include all the Germans into a greater German state. Slowly and slowly, Hitler was gaining his power. Hitler started rising up into the power. Now this was a great danger to Poland. But unexpectedly, Hitler signed the 10-year non-aggression pact with Poland on 26 January 1934. When? 26 January. This was, see, Poland had never expected. Poland had never expected. Because see, try to understand, okay, according to the Treaty of Versailles, some of the German territories were being handed over to Poland. And in the other hand side, Hitler wanted to just unite all the Germans into a greater German state. And slowly, Hitler was gaining its power. Hitler was rising up into the power. So this was a great danger to Poland now. Anytime, any moment, Hitler may attack Poland. Okay, but Poland had never expected, unexpectedly, on 26 January 1934, Germans signed a non-aggression pact with Poland. Hitler signed a pact which was known as non-aggression pact, means German or Hitler will not take any aggressive action against Poland. This was been signed on 26 January 1934. This pact thus made Poland a neutral buffer state between Russia and Germany. See, this pact, after signing this pact, now Poland became a neutral state between which two countries? Russia and Germany. Is it clear? Henceforth, Poland would be less dependent on France for our security. See, as you know very well, in the other hand side, Poland would be less dependent on France. Now, Poland, on her security, Poland cannot completely depend on France. Let's see actually what was the real motive of Hitler. The real motive of Hitler was to weaken the defense measures of France by separating Poland from France. See, try to understand. See, a very intelligent state taken by Hitler. The main motive of Hitler was to weaken the defense of France by separating Poland. So Hitler did that. Hitler signed a pact with Poland. Poland now became separated with France. In the subsequent years, in the coming years, it became very much clear that Hitler had no intention or desire to guarantee the frontiers of Poland. See, in the coming years, Hitler did not have any intention. Hitler did not have any desire, and no, Hitler could not give any guarantee to protect the frontiers of Poland. Britain took this step of Hitler as an evidence of his peaceful intention. See, Britain took this step of Hitler. British thought, yes, the Hitler was taking this step, and this is a great step taken by Hitler, and it was a proof for this peaceful intention. So what does Great Britain looked upon to this step taken by Hitler? Hitler had taken a very peaceful. His intention is peaceful. Is it clear? This improved relation between France and Russia as they were worried by the apparent threat of Nazi Germany. See, slowly and slowly, France and Russia's relation was also being improved because they were very much worried that any time unexpected threat may be there from Nazi Germany. But looking up the initiative taken by Hitler, okay, everyone thought, okay, this was a great proof given by Hitler of his peaceful intention. Okay, my dear children, let me end up my class out here. Okay, in next class we'll be doing about the other German intervention in Spanish War, capture of Rhineland. Thereafter we'll be moving towards to the steps, okay, taken by Hitler as of aggressive foreign policy. Thank you very much.